Hey guys, kinggath here, and in this video we're going to go over city leaders, how you use them, and what their purpose is. So when Rise of the Commonwealth came out, we introduced this new feature called City Leaders. Now the idea originally behind it was to kind of create a balance in how you could use city plans. So city plans by themselves are a little unbalanced in that they cost you no resources, but you gain quite a bit of benefit from them. But most people don't actually care about that. But either way, we wanted to have some sort of balancing factor in there, and also a way to immerse yourself in the idea that over time, your character's gaining influence. So I used companions as the starting set of those. As you're gaining influence in the Commonwealth and you're making friends, you would then have the allies necessary to have settlements that you were in control of, but that somebody else was doing all the heavy lifting for. And so that was kind of the idea behind that. Now, we've long since added the ability to turn off the leader requirements so that they're not actually required for city plans if you don't want them to be. And if you're looking for that option, it's under the city building section in either MCM or the holotape, and it's called leader required. And if you turn that off, you don't have to have a leader in order to use a city plan. But at the launch of Rise of the Commonwealth, it was the case that you did need a city leader to actually use a city plan. In fact, when you assign a city leader, it will offer to use a city plan because the assumption is that's what you're using it for. But that's definitely not necessary now that you have that option, and the benefits that come from using a city leader are more than just getting access to city plans. Each city leader actually has a series of traits that will have some sort of impact on your settlement gameplay. They can do things like alter your scores, such as giving you a base bonus to defense, or add things like patrols from particular factions that they're allied to help defend your settlement, and just adds a cool little visual effect. So there are a lot of different reasons to use the leaders. If you want them for balance, you have that option. If you don't care about the balance and you just want to take advantage of their features, you can do that as well. You also do not have to use a city plan in order to use a city leader. So if you just want those trait benefits, but you don't actually want to use a city plan and you want to build everything yourself, you can do that as well. So let me show you how this system works. So what you'll do is go to the city plan option on the city planner's desk. And if you already have a city leader installed like I do, you have the option to either dismiss them or to change the city leader. If you don't have somebody running your city yet or running your settlement yet, you will instead find a button that says assign city leader, and either way it will bring up the same screen as change city leader. So I'm going to bring that up now. So after you do it, you'll get up in the corner a message there that says searching for available leaders. So if you just fresh installed the mod on a new character, it's probably going to bounce back and tell you that you need to go make more allies, that you have no one else to lead your cities, and that's normal. That's because each of these characters is only available to you once you know them in the game. So if they're a companion, they have to be available for you to take with you as a companion. If they're one of those added by some sort of mod, you'll have to have at least met them somewhere, because there are lots of leaders available in various add-on packs and leader packs, and some of those have even broken the rule I just said about having met them. It really just depends on how that particular NPC is configured, but Sim Settlements does try and limit your access to them based on the ones you've actually met, so that it makes some sort of sense for your character. So once it's found at least one that is available to you, you will get this kind of message here. And at the top will be the name of the character, and then below that are the traits. So if you want to figure out what the actual traits do, you can go down to this explanation section, and this will list all of the traits in alphabetical order and give you a rough description of what they're actually going to do. And as you can see, they have various effects, such as changing values on those default settings like the defense or happiness. There's also things that increase speed of your various plot upgrades. There's all sorts of different benefits, and we tried to come up with a wide variety. And not only do those in Sim Settlements use these, but most of those in those add-on packs will use some sort of leadership traits as well. So they tend to follow the pattern of having one major trait, which is something that'll have a pretty substantial impact on the way your settlement plays, and then they'll have one minor benefit and one minor penalty. So usually the way we listed them in Sim Settlements is it's major trait, then minor trait, or minor benefit rather, and then the minor penalty. So the last one will be the one that's going to have some sort of negative effect, and they're usually pretty minor, and it was just kind of a flavor thing. The biggest impact you're going to notice is going to be that major trait, which could have some sort of large gameplay effect, or for example, those patrols I mentioned for different allied factions, things like that. So definitely check through the explanation to see what you can expect out of your particular leader before you assign them. But once you find one you like, you simply hit make leader. Now, after you do this, you're going to get a confirmation that they are made the leader. And then shortly after that, you're going to be offered to tear down the settlement. And this is where you can choose not to do so and continue to build the settlement yourself, but still gain the benefits of that leader. So if you just choose no, never mind to this prompt, that leader will stay in place, but you will get to build the entire place. You don't have to worry about it being torn down and a city plan being put in its place. And you can confirm who's assigned by clicking on that city plan there again, and you'll see below the name of the settlement, it will tell you who it's led by. So you can see, yes, I just chose Ada, and she is indeed in charge, even though I declined installing a city plan. And like I said, you can dismiss the city leader from here, and that will pause any city plan you do have installed, and the leader will then be available to do whatever again. So if you want them to be available as a companion, you would just hit this, and they will suddenly be able, you will suddenly be able to take them again with you out into the Commonwealth. All right, guys, I think that should cover everything with city leaders. If you have any additional questions, definitely post them down in the comments, and I'll try to answer those as quickly as possible. Otherwise, guys, stay tuned for more tutorials. I'm going to continue to put these out every week as long as people keep having questions. All right, guys, take care and enjoy the mods.